Melissa Reeves, and I purchased a house with Kay through RE/MAX, and I just wanted to share my story about what a great experience it was working with her. First of all, I met Kay through a friend. She was actually referred to me, and we went over to his house for a housewarming party. And he just went on and on about how great his realtor was. And so I said, well, who is it? And he said, well, her name's Kay Pratt. And he said she was just so great. She, we looked and looked, and she found exactly what I was looking for. And I said, well, okay, well, I'm thinking about buying a house, maybe, I don't know exactly when, but he said, well, let me give you her website. And so I went to kpratt.com and filled out, little information and checked some houses that I liked and thought, oh, well, maybe I'll look at some houses in a little while. And I got a call, an email from her right away, which I was really impressed with, that she took the time to do that. And she said, well, let's start looking at some houses. It's like, okay. So we did, and it was a completely different experience than I thought it was going to be. I had it in my head that I was going to find the perfect house in like the first 3 houses that we looked at, but and I had no idea what I was doing. But Kay walked me through every single step, and she was so patient with me and just so kind and so incredibly knowledgeable about every single bit of the process that you go through in buying a house. And that was very, very assuring to me and made me feel that I was with the right person, because she just was so knowledgeable in this area. And so it not only took a couple houses, but it took 6 months of looking. And that whole time, Kay just kept saying, don't worry, we're gonna find the perfect house, we're gonna find the perfect house. I don't want you just settling. And that's something that I really, really appreciated, was that she wouldn't just sell me a house to sell me a house. She would only sell me a house if I absolutely loved it. And that's what I really, really liked. And we looked, and actually I finally found the house and I closed. But before that, that was the 3rd house that we had made an offer on. The first house that I put an offer on actually fell through due to not passing the home inspection. But the part that I really appreciated was that Kay recommended the best of the best for the home inspection. And he saw things that none of us could see. It was all exterior things, and it had drainage issues that no one could really see from just
layman.
Yeah.
So just stop back and say that he could see things that start from there.
He could see things that we couldn't see, and Kay just walked me through that process of from being, putting the offer in to then the inspection. And unfortunately it didn't go well, and eventually retracting the offer and moving on. So of course I was very disappointed, but I will say that had she not recommended someone that was as good as she did, I would have been stuck with a house that I probably couldn't sell, because the owners of the house said, why didn't the guy that we hired for the inspection catch all this stuff? And they said, great, we're stuck with a house that we can't sell. And that could have been me. So I am so, so thankful that not only did Kay take the time to find me great houses, but then if it appeared to be a great house on the outside, she made sure that it really was a good house on the inside as well. And I am very, very, very grateful for that. Actually, the very last house that we looked at, And it was late in the evening, and that's another thing about Kay. It is so great working with her. She will work around your schedule. My work schedule is always changing, and she was so kind to meet me sometimes at 8 o'clock at night to go look at a house, or early in the morning, or whatever needed to be done. She always did it, and I really, really admired that and so appreciative, because it was a lot more convenient than just having to go from set hours to, especially with my schedule. So I finally ended up with my dream house, and not only did she help me find it, but she walked me through the entire process of that, from seeing that house to negotiating, and then finally at closing. And I have never been happier on that day. I remember signing my name and owning my first house. And I'm so glad that Kay was there, because honestly, I could not ask for a better realtor. And I mean that. She is the best. And I would recommend her to anyone. And I plan on her being my realtor forever.